Adanma ran through the compound gate first, her footsteps heavy with anger as dust lifted beneath her feet. The morning air was still calm, but her voice shattered that calm instantly. "Who allowed you into my compound?" she shouted, pointing aggressively at the stranger standing near the entrance. The old man did not move. His clothes were worn, his face tired, and his hands tightened around a wooden staff as if he had already accepted rejection long before he arrived. Behind him, Zina rushed out from behind the hut, holding a calabash of water. "Adanma, stop," she called quickly. "He only asked for water." Adanma turned sharply, her eyes burning with irritation.
Is that what they call it
Water?
now? Today water,
Zina,
tomorrow missing
do you
food.
know how
God,
many
I asked
people
for
use
nothing more
pity
than
to
a drink.
enter homes and steal from those who worked hard? The stranger finally spoke, his voice calm but weak. "I only asked for water." That simple sentence changed the air slightly. Zina looked at him properly now. His cracked lips, his dry throat, his exhaustion. It was clear he was suffering. Without thinking, she stepped forward. "I will give you water." But before she could move further, Adanma grabbed her wrist tightly. "You will not." Zina looked at her, shocked. "He is thirsty." "And I said no," Adanma replied coldly. "If you feed every stranger that walks in, you will end up like them." The stranger remained silent, watching everything carefully. Zina pulled her hand free. "Even if I become like them," she said softly, "at least I will not become heartless." Outside the fence, neighbors had begun to gather, whispering. Adanma noticed. Her pride rose instantly. "Heartless," she scoffed. "Kindness does not put food on the table. Strength does." Zina looked at her sister with disappointment. "Then maybe you have forgotten what it means to be human." Without waiting for permission, Zina poured water into a calabash and handed it to the stranger. He took it with both hands and drank slowly. For a moment, silence filled the compound. Then Adanma spoke again. "If you leave this compound with him, do not return expecting me to support you." Zina paused. That sentence hurt her deeply. But she still answered. "I do not need your pride. I need my conscience." She walked out with the stranger. And if you are watching this story right now, don't forget to like this video and subscribe, because what happens next will test not just the sisters, but the entire village. Days passed. The village changed slowly. The rain stopped coming. The ground dried. Crops weakened. Fear started spreading. But Adanma did not change. She stored her food carefully and refused to share with anyone. When neighbors came begging, she always said the same thing. Everyone must survive on their own. Zina, however, lived differently. She shared everything she had.
Food.
Water.
Time.
Even when she had almost nothing left, she still gave. One evening, the village elder gathered people together. "This drought is not just of the land," he said. "It is a test of hearts." Adanma laughed. "A test? Life is survival, not a test." Zina disagreed quietly. "Maybe survival is the test." If you are enjoying this story so far, comment kindness or pride below. I want to see what you would choose. Then the stranger returned. Not always, but often enough to be noticed. And wherever he appeared, things shifted. When people argued, he spoke once and silence followed. When confusion rose, he made people think differently. One day, a boy was caught stealing yams. The village gathered quickly. "Punish him," someone shouted. Zina stepped forward. "Please. He is just hungry." Adanma replied instantly. "Hunger does not justify stealing." The crowd agreed. But then the stranger appeared again. "Do not punish hunger. Understand it." The crowd went silent again. And if you're still watching, make sure you like and subscribe, because this story is only getting deeper. Then the crisis deepened. One night, the village granary burned. Panic spread instantly. People shouted.
People blamed.
The village collapsed into confusion. A council member was arrested after stolen grain was found in his house. But the stranger said something different. "This is not the root, only the symptom." Zina felt uneasy. "If it is not the root," she asked, "then what is?" The stranger answered. "Broken trust." After that, everything changed. People stopped trusting each other. Food began disappearing. Neighbors accused neighbors. Even families turned suspicious. Adanma supported strict survival. If you don't protect yourself, no one will. Zina disagreed. If everyone protects only themselves, no one survives together. And if you are still here watching, you are not just watching a story anymore. You are witnessing a lesson. So don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more emotional African stories like this. One night, Zina confronted Adanma. Why do you always expect the worst from people? Adanma answered, because people always become what they are when survival begins. Zina replied,
No.
people become what you expect from them. Silence broke between them. The stranger returned again. The village is not dying from hunger, he said. It is dying from lack of trust. Adanma snapped. Then fix it. The stranger looked at her. Trust cannot be forced. It must be chosen. Then he looked at Zina. And she has already chosen. Adanma frowned. Chosen what? He replied. Kindness even when it costs everything. The village worsened. Accusations turned into fights. Fights turned into violence. Fear became normal. Zina continued helping people even when weak. One night, Adanma saw her giving her last food to a starving child. You are foolish, Adanma said. Zina replied softly. Maybe, but I can sleep at night. That moment broke something inside Adanma. Then the final gathering came. The stranger stood in the village square. You have all been tested, he said. Not by famine, but by yourselves. People demanded to know who he was. He answered, I am not here to judge. I am here to reveal. Then he looked at both sisters. One chose herself. The other chose others. He paused. Only one builds a future. The stranger disappeared. No one saw him leave. But before he vanished, he left one final message. Kindness does not always win immediately, but it always builds what pride cannot destroy. Final scene. Zina stood beside Adanma. You don't have to stay like this, Zina said softly. Adanma looked away. I was only trying to survive. Zina replied. So was I. I just chose differently. And if this story touched you in any way, don't leave without liking, commenting your choice, and subscribing for more powerful stories like this.